types of an organization. We're going to look at the different types of organization that is existing today in the workplace. So what are the things that we're going to look at today? First, let's introduce a topic. Now, what is the component of organization? What is it for? It's nothing but creation of an appropriate organization structure. So by organizing work, by telling people what they have to do, which department they belong to or which function they belong to, and creating a command, you have what is called as a structure. Normally you could see this as the organizational structure, where you have, say, the MD or the CEO at the top, and you have the people doing the operations below, and then you may see the middle level managers, operational managers, and things like that. This is what we normally associate with the structure. So by organizing work, we have what is called as a structure. Then you have hierarchical arrangement of various positions. So based on your position, you know where you are in the hierarchy. Supposing you're an operational manager, you could find yourself somewhere here. If you're a functional head, you probably find yourself somewhere here. So based on your role, based on the hierarchy, you know where you are within the organization. So first thing is, it creates a structure and it tells you where a given person or a given role is in the structure. Now we're going to look at the line organization, the advantages, disadvantages. We're going to look at the line and staff organization, the functional organization, the project or matrix, and the committee organization. These are the things we're going to really cover today and look at each of them in brief and the advantages along with its disadvantages. First one is a line organization. What is a line organization? You have a vertical line and control flows from top to below. So there's the managing director, and there is the divisional manager, and there is another divisional manager. He is in control of the two assistant managers, and the assistant manager in turn is in control of the foremen and the workers. So how do you think the control flows? Yes, it flows downwards. This is what you call as the line organization, where the line of control flows downwards, and you have people who are related to others by means of the hierarchy. For example, the divisional manager has a superior relationship to the managing director, while downwards he has two assistant managers. So defining any relationship based on their position is nothing but the line relationship. Here you know the foreman has the assistant manager above and the workers below. So these are the things that go with a line organization. You see this in a lot of manufacturing environments, and these are things that have been followed in things like the military, government service, public sector, and those kind of organizations where there's absolute rigid structure. Command comes from above, and every relationship above or below is clearly defined. So what are the merits? Simple. You know who's responsible for your work or who's controlling you, and you know who you have to control, or who are the people responsible or reporting to you. That makes it simple, clear-cut division as well. So power is divided in terms of the hierarchy. Then you have strong discipline. What is it that you see in the military? You have strong discipline, and that's why they follow this line relationship. Unified control, as I showed you in the diagram of the triangle, you have a person in control on the top, at the top, and you have flexibility as well, because you see that there is unity of command. The people below will actually change their activities, or will be able to, or will have to change themselves in order to obey the command. So those are the merits of the line organization. What are the demerits? Heavy burdens of work. So if I am the chief and I allot some work to somebody which is very burdensome, he is obliged to complete the work for me, and the person below him is obliged to complete or share some of his work. Hence it could become burdensome, it could be bureaucratic and things like that. So it's heavy burden, there's concentration of authority, so I could have more authority if I'm up the ladder, and then there is lack of specialization. So although we have a structure, a tall hierarchical structure, we don't have separate functions and specialization. So this could be a bit complex. Communication is always one way, so there's no communication sideways or from the bottom, hence it is about communication. And the good thing is, if you're up the ladder or if you're below the ladder and you're in the good books of your superiors, you could have a good time, you could do well in your life. But that is a problem in the line organization. Next, we're going to look at the line and staff. We've already looked at what the line is, where you have a vertical relationship, command is passed from the top to the bottom. Here we have the staff as well. Now, staff relationship is nothing but it's more of an advisory command. So you don't directly control somebody, you don't have direct control over somebody, but you work in collaboration or you give advice on how to do things, whereas you have the direct command as well, which is the line position. If you look at this, the ones with completed lines indicate direct command, and the ones with dotted lines give advisory command. If you look at this diagram, what does it say? What is the relationship between the board of directors and the managing director? You have a straight line, which is nothing but a direct command, so there is a line relationship. Now between the manager and the personnel manager, you have a line relationship because you have a straight line. Now you also have some dotted lines here. You can see all the ones that have this line have direct control, and the ones that have dotted lines have advisory command. Let me give you an example. Here you have the personnel manager, and then you have the sales manager, probably two functional heads. Now the sales manager reports to the managing director. He doesn't report to the personnel manager. But how is this personnel manager related to the sales manager? Now for a sales team, who do you need? You need people to actually conduct the sales. Basically you need staff or you need employees. Now what does the personnel manager do? He actually recruits staff, recruits employees and provides the sales manager. So here he is not controlling the sales manager, but he has some form of advisory role. For example, if the sales manager requires 10 people, he contacts the personnel manager. Now the personnel manager says, at the moment I can provide you with 5, will that be okay? Now you see the relationship is not the command sort of principle where one person commands or one person controls and the other person does it. Here it's more of an advisory role, so there is a relationship which is mutually a sort of agreeable or a sort of collaborative sort of work. Same way you have what is called as an industrial engineer here. You have the production and the production supervisor, and you have another production supervisor. Now this industrial engineer is not a person who is in charge of production. You have a separate production manager, but you have this person, industrial engineer, to look at, say, the quality, to train people on new processes, to make sure that the processes are going according to specifications, but he does not have direct control. That is what you call as the advisory role. He can advise the production supervisors of better methods or tell them which is the better method among what they're using today. Same way you have different relationships. So here it's more about both the direct command and the advisory board. Have you heard of the term business analyst? So some of them could actually have what is called as advisory command, not direct command. That is line and staff. So line and staff combined together.